There is a storm that no one else can see. It happens inside your head. One small decision turns into 10 questions. One simple task turns into a mountain. This is the story of a boy who lived inside that storm. And the old man who taught him how to find calm water. His name was John. He was 22 years old. Smart. Kind. Full of dreams. But John had one problem. He thought too much. Before sending a message, he read it 10 times. Before starting a task, he planned it 100 ways. Before making a choice, he imagined every way it could go wrong. His mind was never quiet. Even at night, it kept talking. What if this fails? What if that was the wrong choice? What if I'm not ready? His days looked busy. But nothing moved forward. John wanted to start his own small business. Just a simple idea. Selling handmade candles online. He had the skill. He had the time. He had everything except peace of mind. Every day, he told himself the same thing. Let me think about it a little more. Let me plan it better first. I'll start next week, when my mind is clear. But his mind was never clear. Weeks became months. He watched other people start smaller, weaker ideas. And somehow, they moved forward. He stayed still. Thinking. 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 His father noticed the tiredness in his eyes. Not from work. From thinking too much about work. One evening, John visited his grandfather's old house by the river. His grandfather, Dadu, was sitting near the water, holding a clay pot. Sit, Dadu said, patting the ground beside him. John sat down, his mind still spinning from the day. Dadu pointed to the river in front of them. Look at the water, he said. What do you see? It's moving, John said. It's a river. Of course it's moving. Dadu smiled. Now look there, he said, pointing to a small pond beside the river. Still. Silent. Almost like glass. That water is not moving, Dadu said. Do you know why? John shook his head. Because it has nowhere to go, Dadu said. It just sits. And stirs itself. Over and over. Nothing new comes in. Nothing old goes out. He looked at John. That is your mind, child. It is not a river anymore. It has become a still pond. Going in circles. Stirring the same thoughts again and again. Dadu picked up the clay pot beside him. It was empty. I want you to fill this pot with river water, he said. Before the sun touches that hill. He pointed to the horizon, bring it back full. John looked at the pot. Simple task. Small task. But his mind started immediately. What if I drop it? What if the water spills on the way back? Should I find a stronger rope to carry it? Let me check the pot for cracks first. He turned the pot over. Studied it. Thought about the best path to the river. Minutes passed. He was still standing there, thinking. The sun moved closer to the hill.
John. Dadu's voice was calm, but firm. John looked up. The sun was almost touching the hill now. He ran to the river. He dipped the pot in. He rushed back. But in his hurry, his hands were shaking. Half the water had spilled by the time he reached Dadu. He stood there, breathing hard, holding a half-empty pot. He expected Dadu to be disappointed. But Dadu just looked at him gently. You had enough time to fill this pot 3 times, he said quietly. But you spent it all. Standing still, thinking about how to do it perfectly. John's eyes dropped to the ground. The task was never hard, John, Dadu said. Your thinking made it hard. Silence sat between them. Then Dadu said the words John would never forget. A river that keeps moving stays clean. A river that keeps stopping to think becomes a swamp. John sat by the water for a long time after that. He thought about his candles, his business, his life. He realized something painful but true. He was never actually protecting himself by overthinking. He was just standing still while life moved past him. The fear didn't stop him from failing. It only stopped him from starting. That night, he didn't make a big promise. He didn't say, "I will change everything tomorrow." He just did one small thing. He posted one photo of his first candle online. No perfect plan. No perfect caption. No perfect timing. Just one small step into moving water. Maybe you know this feeling too. The email you keep rewriting, but never send. The gym you keep planning to join, but never walk into. The conversation you keep rehearsing, but never have. We tell ourselves we are being careful, but really, we are just standing still. Overthinking feels like safety, but it is just fear wearing a smarter mask. And life doesn't wait for our minds to feel ready. It just keeps moving, like the river. So here is something small you can try. First, give yourself a short deadline. Not a perfect one, just a real one. I will send this in the next 10 minutes. Small time limits quiet a loud mind. Second, use the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes to start, do it right now. Don't think about it. Just begin. Starting is the hardest part. After that, your mind calms down on its own. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need to let the water move. Somewhere inside you, there is a river. It knows how to move. It knows how to clean itself. It knows how to find its way even without a perfect map. You don't have to think your way into peace. Sometimes, you just have to take one small step and let the water carry you forward. If this story reached something inside you tonight, like it, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more stories like this one. Good night, and let your storm rest.